If you ever needed proof that history repeats itself, first as tragedy, then as farce, look no further than Meghan Markle's latest Instagram opus. Yes, the Duchess of Delusion has logged back on and surprise, surprise, pulled yet another suspiciously familiar move straight out of Princess Catherine's playbook. At this point, calling it copying feels too gentle. This is performance art. This is method acting. This is cosplay with a side of SEO. Meghan's latest attempt at "Look, I am just like her" comes courtesy of a new Instagram promo for her as Ever brand. You know, the brand with products priced like luxury, but serving Dollar Tree energy. She posted a snippet from the beloved book The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse by Charlie Mackesy. Cute book, sweet message, universal vibes. Only problem, Catherine already did it last Christmas. But wait, it gets better. Last year, while recovering from cancer treatment, Princess Catherine hosted her annual Christmas carol service and featured bespoke illustrations by Charlie Mackesy. She did not just flip open the book and point. She commissioned custom artwork, royal-level stuff, thoughtful, meaningful, personal. Meanwhile, Meghan, she cracked open her bedtime reading and said, "Yeah, this will do," using Mackesy's iconic words as a backdrop for a honey and leather bookmark sales pitch. You really cannot make this up. The netizens did not disappoint. Of all the books in the entire world, she had to use this one. Classic copy-paste Duchess. I have seen AI bots with more original output. Honestly, the reactions were gold. People were united in one universal emotion. Seriously, this again? Because when Catherine used Mackesy's work, it was for a service built around empathy, kindness, community, actual themes. Meghan used it to sell a jar of honey and a bookmark. The juxtaposition was giving parody. One can almost hear her in a monologue. What is something Catherine used recently? Ah yes, kindness. Let me borrow that too. In the promo clip, Meghan also gives us another dose of her signature calligraphy, except it is faux-ligraphy. It is cursive wearing a Halloween costume, letters with weird little tails, random curls, and energy that screams, "I watched half a YouTube tutorial and got bored." But of course, it is plastered everywhere on her merch. The honey jars, the bookmarks, probably soon on Harry's forehead if she could monetize it. Catherine's message last year, "This is about us together." Meghan's, "This is about me and only me, and do not you forget who is selling what." The contrast is stunning. Look at this point. Meghan copying Catherine is a genre, a franchise, a recurring series with more episodes than Grey's Anatomy. She copies the style, the projects, the artistic choices, the messaging, the hobbies, the public initiatives, the philanthropic branding, everything, even the timing. Every time William or Catherine make news, there she is popping up like the world's most chaotic pop-up ad. Birthday, Meghan post, major event, Meghan promo, even the kids' milestones, Meghan content drop. It has gotten so predictable that if Catherine sneezes, people brace for Meghan to launch a wellness brand called Breathe Ever. Just when you think she has reached the final level of Copycat Canyon, she levels up. Recently, Sussex Squad celebrated Meghan for adding photography to her resume because she took a photo of her friend. One photo. The internet collectively choked. Suddenly, she is a photographer with one picture of one person in bad lighting, framed poorly, in an archway she cut off halfway. Meanwhile, Princess Catherine actually studied photography to protect her own kids from paparazzi intrusion. She built a skill set. She posts beautiful family photos to control the narrative and preserve her children's well-being. It is thoughtful, smart, strategic. Meghan's version. Look everyone, I pressed a button. Add visionary visual artist to my bio. The memes were brutal and delicious. I took a picture of my cat. I am now a world-renowned fashion photographer. I snapped a tree today. Updating my LinkedIn landscape photographer, incoming again. Who is doing PR quality control over there? Anyone? Blink twice if you need help. Let us not pretend this is not strategic. The reason she keeps inserting herself into Catherine's lane is pure SEO. If you mention Catherine, it automatically brings up Meghan, and that means more clicks. Bring up Diana, and Meghan gets dragged into the conversation, which means automatic headlines. Mention anything royal, and Meghan pops up immediately, like Beetlejuice being summoned. It is not subtle, it is not clever. It is transparent, desperate, and weirdly effective. She knows that Catherine and Diana are global cultural touchstones. She wants that spotlight. She wants those associations. She wants to glue her brand directly onto people who naturally attract attention, because she cannot generate that level of interest organically. It is giving algorithm parasitism. And let us be real, the whole thing is inching toward unsettling. People have repeatedly pointed out that Meghan seems unbothered by being seen as a copycat. It does not embarrass her. It does not deter her. It does not even slow her down. Most people would cringe into another dimension if they kept getting publicly roasted for mimicry. But Meghan, she thrives in the cringe zone. Someone online wrote she is escalating her stalker behaviour, almost like she is trying to pick a fight with William. And honestly, where is the lie? William famously does not engage. The man has set boundaries so high even NASA could not reach them. It must be driving her nuts. This is the underlying pattern with Meghan, the need for constant visibility, constant validation, constant relevance. She takes one photo and immediately it is add photographer to the titles. She writes one cursive squiggle and suddenly she is a calligrapher. She sells honey and leather bookmarks and calls it a Christmas collection. Catherine, she quietly does something deeply intentional, thoughtful, or community forward. Meghan, she sticks her name on anything and hopes people confuse it with substance. There is a difference between being creative and wanting to be perceived as creative. One is grounded in skill and purpose. The other is grounded in PR and vibes. Guess which camp Meghan falls into? Let us just be blunt. Catherine shares curated photos of her kids because they are future public figures who need protection and controlled exposure. Meghan and Harry hide theirs. Not because of privacy. They still sneak the backs of heads into frame, but because eventually those kids will be monetized when the cash flow runs low. If paparazzi cared about those kids, there would be photos everywhere, but there are not because no one does. Meanwhile, the Wales children appear healthy, happy, balanced, and secure. A testament to parents who actually parent. It is wild how different the approaches are. Here is the bigger, sadder truth. Meghan Markle has no idea who she is. Every image, every brand, every project, every persona is borrowed from someone else. One week she is lifestyle Meghan, next week she is humanitarian Meghan. Then she is culinary Meghan, feminist Meghan, activist Meghan, royal Meghan, Hollywood Meghan, entrepreneur Meghan, Mother Earth Meghan. And whenever Catherine does anything, Meghan immediately tries to become that too. It is exhausting just watching it. Someone online said it best. Magpie Markle needs to change her name to Xerox because copying is all she is good at. One of Meghan's most baffling qualities is her sheer lack of shame. Most people would have a crisis if they were consistently roasted for copying someone else. But Meghan, she thrives in the cringe zone. Someone described her perfectly. She lives